Welcome, good afternoon, and welcome to the Robin Park Arena here in Wigan for the opening game of the 2019 WSL, live on Our League and also streaming through Twitch as well. Welcome to Wigan. It's an overcast day here in Wigan, pretty cool, but it's perfect conditions for rugby league here this afternoon. Joined this afternoon by Sean Briscoe. Sean, it's a big opener, Wigan Saints. There's no bigger game in rugby league. Are you looking forward to it this afternoon?
Yeah, it should be a great game. Obviously, these two teams last met in the semi-final when a place was at stake in the grand final this year, with Wigan coming out on top in that game, and then obviously progressing on to beat Leeds in the grand final. So a great start. Obviously, local rivalry, bragging rights are at stake, and obviously to get the Women's Super League off to a fantastic start, as you say, here at Robin Park.
We'll run through the two team lineups very, very shortly indeed. Wigan, of course, champions. That puts a big target on their back this year, doesn't it? Everybody will want to take that crown off them, all 8 teams in this division. Yeah,
they certainly do, and obviously that makes it even harder for them, doesn't it? Regardless of whether they're on a good run of form, that they're struggling, they're still champions, and it's that monkey that everyone wants to get off the back. And if you can turn over the champions regardless who they are, it is a big psychological boost for you. So Saints will come in here, I think they'll be confident. Obviously they had a really good season last year, just fell short in a couple of areas when it came to the business end, but yeah, I think they've definitely got the ability to show that what they've got.
So before kick-off here at Robin Park earlier, we caught up with the Saints head coach Dec Hardman and also with the Wigan Warriors player Kate McMullen. Dec Hardman, the Saints coach. Dec, welcome to 2019 WSL. The girls ready to go?
Oh yeah, they're ready to go. We've had a good pre-season, so yeah, it's no excuses, we're ready.
And what a way to start with a derby against the old enemy.
Oh yeah, it doesn't get any bigger. I said earlier the week, this won't define our season, but it's important that we get off on the right foot.
Obviously the girls were so close last year, you're new into the group. Obviously it's about taking that next step this year, getting to that Challenge Cup final and making that grand final.
Yeah, definitely. A club like ours, that's what we pride ourselves on. We want to be in the final, so that's the ultimate goal.
And Jodie back as well is a big boost for the group as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, massive. Jodie's a seasoned professional, really good what she brings, all positivity. Yeah.
And any other players we need to look out for today from your girls?
Oh, pretty much Beth Stott's a nice little player at centre, Faye Gaskin and Vicky Whitfield at prop, so yeah, we've got a bit of talent in the group.
All the best for today, mate.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
So we've caught up with Kate McMullen from the Wigan Warriors. Kate, welcome to WSL 2019. Are you excited for the new season?
Yeah, really excited. We're all buzzing. I just want to get started now.
How's pre-season been with Amanda?
It's been really good. It's been different to last season. Obviously some new girls, shake up to the coaching team, but yeah, it's looking good. Obviously
after that grand final win last year against Leeds, there's a big target on your back this year, isn't there? Everybody wants to take that crown from you.
Yeah, everyone's coming for us, but I'm feeling confident. Keep our heads on and should be all right, yeah.
And what a way to start 2019 against the enemy from over the hill, Saints. It's always a big clash between these two clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, biggest game first, but they say the girls are all looking forward to it. Some new players in there, looking forward to it, yeah.
And those players you mentioned, who do we need to be looking out for from Wigan today?
Looking at Caris Marsh, obviously a role team, Vicky Molyneux, people like that, the old girls as well, Gemma, Sarah, shake it up.
And excited and good to go. It should be a great game, great weather for it as well.
Yeah, should be a good day, looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Kate. Cheers.
Right. Cheers.
And welcome back. Let's run through the lineups for this WSL opener here at Robin Park this afternoon, live on Our League and on Twitch. So Wigan have Rebecca Greenfield at fullback, Alison Burrows, Rachel Thompson, Georgia Wilson and Michelle Davis. Gemma Walsh, the captain, is at standoff alongside Sarah Harrison, Holly Speakman, Caris Marsh and Hannah Goodburn. And the back three, Amanda Sibbald, Vanessa Temple and Victoria Molyneux for their head coach, Amanda Wilkinson. And Saints have the returning Jodie Cunningham at fullback, Leah Burke, Naomi Williams, Rebecca Avenel, Zoe Harris, Faye Gaskin and Beth Stott at scrum half. Up front, Vicky Whitfield, Tara Jones and Dawn Taylor. And the back three, Pip Durgill, Emily Rudge and Chantel Kroll for their head coach, Dec Hardman. On the benches for the two sides this afternoon, we're going to have Lucy Bagley, Charlotte Foley, Gemma Hennessy and Megan Grace Holding. And Saints have Sarah Lovejoy, Lizzie Graham, Katie May Williams and Darcy Stott. John Roberts is the referee this afternoon here as well. It's been a long pre-season for these girls through these winter months, obviously starting 6 weeks, well, it's nearly 8 weeks after the men have started, and it's what summer rugby's all about, isn't it, starting in April?
Yeah, starting overcast, windy. At least we've not got any rain today. That's a bonus, Matt. But yeah, the girls will be itching to get started. I think the anticipation and the build-up's been fantastic. The publicity around the game, and I think it's going to be new ground again broken this year. Obviously, we've seen the progression of Super League.
So as the two teams make their way out, led by Gemma Walsh and by Jodie Cunningham, alongside the mascots as well. There are other games in WSL this afternoon kicking off at the same time. Leeds are taking on Wakefield Trinity up at Wheatwood. Hopefully we'll be able to get some score updates from Wheatwood. As the two teams line up in front of us. I'm excited for this, Sean. It's building on the success of last year. It's going to be really, really good, isn't it?
It is, and obviously I think with the way that the women's game's progressed, I think it's going to grow year on year, and I think 2021 there's a lot of effort going into the structure for the World Cup, and a big tilt towards that. So this is the start, I think, of a long journey. We've seen the game come a very long way so far in a short few years. So with the progression of the teams and the professionalism that is being brought to the sport.
It is going to be Wigan who will get us underway. Saints will get first use of the football, playing from right to left as we look in the white shirts with the red V. Wigan, of course, in the cherry and white. Here we go. We're almost ready. And we are underway in the 2019 WSL. Saints with first use of the football. And they'll get midway inside their own half. So right down below our camera position as Jodie Cunningham gets into dummy half, and some big hits so far. Tara Jones, who we're more used to seeing on our league with a whistle, gets it away to Vicky Whitfield, and she gets a couple short of halfway as Jones at dummy half. So come to this left-hand side as Faye Gaskin gets the kick, and it's a good kick. It's going to find the sideline, and well, I'm sure Dec Harvin will be impressed with that opening set from the Red V. Yeah,
it was a great start to the game, and I think what we'll see is the completions will be a really important factor today. I think we'll be really happy with that. 5 strong carries, a good kick from Faye Gaskin to put Wigan back into their own half and making sure that they've got 90 metres to go to get any points on the board. But a good opportunity from a St Helens point of view to attack this Wigan. Wigan go forward.
As Molyneux scoots out at the back of the scrum. Saints defence certainly up for it so far. Don't forget, we welcome everybody watching on the Our League app and via Twitch this afternoon. Thank you for joining us here at Robin Park as offload, and big hit from Whitfield as Gemma Walsh gets into dummy half. As Hannah Goodburn gets just short of halfway. Little chip over the top. Could be something on here. And it's just bounced awkwardly, and it's taken by Leah Birkin. Just that little speculator, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the Wigan fullback. Was it the Wigan fullback?
There's an error.
I think it was Sarah Harrison with a little chip over on the last play there, and nearly bounced up for him and came off. It was probably an unorthodox play. Gemma Walsh was out the back screaming for the ball. But first, I think you could say first blood to Wigan here with the fact that they've got a turnover and probably first chance to attacking good ball.
So we'll pack this scrum 10 inside the Saints half. Here is Gemma Walsh on the drop off. As Speakman gets midway inside the Saints half, as Marsh waits at dummy half. Comes to this right hand side to Harrison, and it's a big hit on Molyneux on the 20s. Marsh tries the short side. First big chance for Wigan in this opener here, as they'll go to the left. Here is Walsh. Walsh gets it out, and Saints got plenty of answers for this Wigan attack at the moment. On the last tackle, they're a bit short to that right hand side. Will Wigan notice it? Walsh does. Walsh goes for a cross kick. It's a great kick. It's been taken, and they're in. Wigan have scored. First try of the afternoon. Super kick from Gemma Walsh, and it's Michelle Davis, the winger, who gets in at the corner, and Wigan lead by 4 points to 0. We did mention just before that last play there that they were short defensive of that right hand side, and Gemma Walsh with the vision to take advantage.
Yeah, beautiful kick from Gemma Walsh. Recognised that the space in behind the St Helens winger, and she's plucked it out there. I think was it number 2, Alison Burrows, who managed to come up with the points and crash over the line. But yeah, a good start for Wigan. We spoke about Saints having that really good first set, and they'd have been happy with that. Coughed the ball up, play 2. Next time they got the ball, and a great opportunity for Wigan to attack. Marched to 50 yards, and as we say, the experience of Gemma Walsh recognising the space and executed the kick perfectly.
So it's a great start for Wigan here, and the defence of their WSL title. So difficult conversion. Out on that left-hand touchline. Kicks on its way. It's got chances. No, it's just been waved away. 5 gone here at Robin Park, here on our league and on Twitch. Wigan lead by 4 points to 0, and Amanda Wilkinson will be really happy with that.
Yeah, she will. As you said, they defended the set quite well against Saints, even though they managed to get a roll on and get forward. An unorthodox kick, let's say, towards the end of the set, but the fact that they've managed to capitalise and convert the first opportunity into points.
So Faye Gaskin gets us back underway. So here come Wigan. Always an important set, the one after a try, isn't it? This is the one that teams really need to look to be completing, don't they?
Yeah, it's a concentration thing. Obviously, you scored, there's the high of scoring, and you've got to switch back on and switch straight back into game mode. And you see so many times from either the kick-off, the straight drop ball, or the first couple of tackles are an error.
Here's Gemma Walsh again. She's seen a lot of the ball, is the Warriors captain so far. Here's Walsh again. She's going to put boot to ball as Cunningham waits, and Jodie Cunningham fields and sets off into centre field. But it's a good chase and a good tackle from Victoria Molyneux, and Saints will start 10 short to halfway.
Yeah, Gemma Walsh probably didn't make the best connection with that kick, but credit to Jodie Cunningham, right in the right position for a fullback. Took it out the air on the full and managed to get them on the front foot.
And it's the first penalty of the afternoon. Just a little bit too long in that ruck for John Roberts' liking, and it'll give Saints first chance for good field.
Yeah, and we've not really had a chance to speak too much about Saints outside backs. They've got some really exciting outside backs in Naomi Williams and Beth Stott. When they get their hands on the ball, there'll definitely be alarm bells ringing from the Wigan side.
Here is Emily Rudge. As Jones waits at dummy half. Going to try the short side with Vicky Whitfield, and Vicky Whitfield's come up with the error. Third tackle, and Deck Hartman will be pulling his hair out with that one.
It looked like a strong carry from Vicky Whitfield, but I think it was the Wigan right centre. Was it Georgia Wilson who came up with a good shot in and around the ball area and managed to dislodge the ball, and Wigan probably breathed a sigh of relief with that one, but credit the defence, they've managed to keep Saints out.
So 8 gone here. Wigan lead by 4 points to 0.
This is an important set for Wigan, trying to get away from their own end as well. It's probably the field position they got on the last one. Saints turned the ball over pretty much around the halfway line, so they'll be looking to get up towards that halfway line before they can put the kick in this set.
As Michelle Davis jumps out from dummy half. As Marsh at dummy half. 15 short of halfway are the Warriors. Here is Gemma Walsh again. Good hit from Tara Jones there. Read that play well. As on the last tackle, kick comes in from Harrison. Jodie comes across and takes it on the full and gets back to her feet, beats the first couple and not the third. Great take.
No, and she probably should have got a penalty there. For me, that was a little bit of a flop line late on in the tackle from a couple of the Wigan defenders, but nice take. It looks as though she was a little bit unsure at first whether to commit to it. Did do, and plucked the ball at the air well. As
Williams goes from dummy half, gets to halfway, of course, out long term last year with an injury, Jodie Cunningham. It will take some getting back into the swing of things for her, won't it?
It will. I think she picked it up the year before in the World Cup year prior to heading over to Australia. And Saints pick up another penalty. But yeah, I think it's been a long road to recovery from Jodie Cunningham. And I just think it's great to see her back in the game. So she's an ambassador for the Rugby League World Cup 2021, and she's doing some fantastic work with that. But it's great to see her back on the field playing again.
Faye Gaskin again with the touch finder, and again it's good field position for Saints. They coughed it up. Second tackle last time. What have they got up the sleeve this time? Here is Chantal Crowell on the way. As penalty has been conceded in possession, and silly. Those are coach killers, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. After the Wigan back row with Vanessa Temple's lying all over Chantal Crowell, and so she's trying to get up, and it's just that frustration of not being able to play the ball quickly. As you talk about, I thought we were going to have another coach killer there. I thought they'd failed to find touch, but it's a fine line. Sometimes Saints would have got the penalty. After this occasion, Wigan picked it up.
So Wigan at halfway, 11 gone here on our league and on Twitch. If you are watching us on Twitch, thank you so much for joining us here in Wigan this afternoon. This is the Wigan Warriors against Saints in the Super League openers. Gemma Walsh goes across that line and just looking to put a bit of shape on there are the Warriors. As Marsh at dummy half. Oh, it's a poor one that from Gemma Walsh. She'll be disappointed with herself, and Saints will get the scrum.
Yeah, probably a little bit harsh on Gemma Walsh. I think it was a little bit just a little bit in front of her, and I think she just rocked back on her heels, which is a difficult one to place the blame. But yeah, disappointing into the set from Wigan. It was a good set prior to that. They asked a few questions of the Saints defence, and it was probably the first time we've seen any, as you said, real shape thrown at any of the defences.
Don't forget, if you are with us on our league, we're off to the Providence Stadium afterwards for the Bradford game. As Jones from the base of the scrum gets it to Emily Rudge, and the 10 short of halfway. As Beth Stock jumps from dummy half. Big challenge. Just a couple short at halfway as Jones pops it up to Lizzie Graham, who's out there off the bench. It's Jones at dummy half. Goes to the right hand side for Harris, and Harris gets it away. Jones wants that ball playing quicker, as little chip over the top from Harris. It's found the grass, and well dealt with eventually by Rebecca Greenfield, but a good chase, and we're going to start deep in their own end.
Yeah, nice kick there from Zoe Harris, as you say. Nice little dinky into the corner, makes Rebecca Greenfield play the ball, and Rebecca Greenfield was up to the task and managed to stay in the field of play. You can just see Saints' line speed just increasing here. They're getting stuck in and trying to put Wigan under pressure and gain that field position.
So Wigan bringing the ball away from deep. Saints looking to trap them in. As Davis tries to jump from dummy half. It's a great defensive set from Saints. Oh, and they've spoiled it.
It's just that last player into the ruck. They'd worked so hard. What was it? 4 tackle, 1 more to go on that, and they've just lay on a little bit too long, and it gives Wigan that opportunity to restart their set of 6 from the 20-metre line.
As Wigan then with Marsh at dummy half. Try this right hand side. As Molyneux gets 10 short of halfway. There's Temple. Another good hit. They are defending well, Saints, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting bodies into the tackle, and they are slowing this Wigan team down, and it puts them under pressure.
Great ball from Walsh down this left-hand side.
It's Harlem Globetrotters stuff. Fantastic offload there. I think it was Rachel Thompson round the corner with the right arm to a winger.
Greenfield it is on the last tackle. Here is Walsh, goes high. It's gone round the back of Jodie Cunningham. It's taken a nice bounce. Is it going to go out? It isn't, and they've got a repeat set from it.
I think Gemma Walsh just put the speculator up in the air there. Jodie Cunningham let the ball bounce, rolled over to towards that wing, which I think it's Leah Burke on that right edge defending for Saints, and Alison Burrows managed to pen her into that corner. Sorry, it was Rebecca Avenel who's over on that side. But again, on the back of 4 great tackles from St Helens, gave the penalty away. Now they're defending their own line with a dropout. The big momentum swings in the game.
Leeds 10-0 up at Wheatwood against Wakefield in the other early starter here in the WSL, as Wigan get 25 away from the line. As Marsh at dummy half gets it to Hannah Goodburn. They were successful last time they were down here. Here is Walsh again. Shows, well, looks to go and drop the shoulder. Does Gemma Walsh, and she's got it away. Bit of second face here. Can the Warriors take advantage with Sibbald? No, just short. As Marsh claps the hands, goes the short side, offside, penalty. 3rd one in a row.
I think Saints will take the penalty there, because if that ball stuck, I think Burrows was in to double a tally for the afternoon there. Nice spot from Marsh, but the right thing for Saints to do to concede the penalty rather than the 4 points.
They still might concede the 4 points as Wigan try that short side. As Marsh waits at dummy half. Comes the right hand side to Walsh. Back on the inside. Chances here. Great D. Just held up.
I think is it Sibbald held up there. Some really strong carries from on that left edge, I think, from Wigan so far. You see Jodie Cunningham, great technique, managed to get a body in between the ball and the ground, and fantastic one-on-one tackle.
Back live. And in centre field, Wigan 10 out. As here is Walsh, and Walsh again tries to take this Saints line on, again with the offload. Chance for some second phase. Here's Temple. Temple gets it away to Davis, and Davis is held 5 short of the liners. Marsh waits at dummy half, goes to the left, gets it to Harrison. Harrison for the line. is held up just short. Last tackle. Can this Saints defence survive? As Marsh waits at dummy half. Not the best pass. Everybody stopped, and that's gone backwards. And John Roberts will rule a knock on, and Saints have somehow survived.
Yeah, it was a sloppy pass. I think it was from Marsh. Just caught the shoulder of the Wigan lead runner. I think the intended target was Gemma Walsh out at the back, and if the ball got to her hands, they were short against Saints on that right edge, and Wigan was stacked up calling for that ball out there. But Saints, credit the defence, great effort, great scramble, and they get the opportunity now to try and bring the way and work their way upfield and back into this game with Naomi Williams.
Leeds are now 16-0 up at Wheatwood as Jones gets it to Darcy Stott. Leeds playing Wakefield this afternoon, newly promoted into WSL, as Jones jumps from dummy half. Ooh, almost finds a gap, does Tara Jones. Here is Graham inside, Cunningham into the line, gets it to Emily Rudge, and Rudge just gets over halfway. Last tackle for Saints. Going to try the short side with Avenel, and they need to get it away, and they need to be putting a kick in, need to be testing, don't they?
Yeah, I think Faye Gaskin just needs to realise what tackle it is there, just roll the kick in behind and make Wigan come away from their own end. As we see now, that the 30 metres away from their own try line, and great field position. As we see another great hit, Vicky Whitfield. Perfect technique, got underneath the Wigan winger and dominates that tackle.
That's the shot of the day so far. And Wigan a 10 shot halfway as Marsh waits at dummy half. Goes to that left hand side. Back on the inside again. Got a lovely pair of hands as Gemma Marsh, hasn't she? But that one's gone wrong as Saints look to counter with Rebecca Avenel.
Great to see the opportunity there. Obviously, not afraid to push them passes, and obviously see confidence is high with the in the Wigan side as they try and offload as they were falling to the floor.
Here's Lizzie Graham. It's Jones at dummy half. Goes that right hand side to Chantal Crowell. There's Jones to the left hand side. Here is Lizzie Graham again, getting through a lot of work. As Jones waits at dummy half, tries this left hand side, and Gaskin. That's been knocked down, and that should be a knock on and a repeat set for Saints.
Yeah, I think Saints will be happy. That's probably the first time we've really seen them throw anything at this Wigan side.
Here's this hit again, John.
As you said, perfect technique.
Michelle Davis
Whitfield lines her up,
boom,
shoulder in, wraps the arms round and dominates the tackle. Great technique from Vicky Whitfield there, and it's not the first time she's put a decent shot on either. She's definitely been putting herself about in this game and making this Wigan front row sit up and realise that she's there. But one thing to keep looking out for Matt in this game, we've seen it a few times already, is that inside ball from Gemma Walsh. In and around the ruck, getting in at first receiver, just trying to pick up a lazy marker or a lazy air defender on him inside.
As Beth Stott takes it in, Jones waits at dummy half to the right hand side, and Harris to Cunningham into the line, and Cunningham with the offload. It's ended up back with Tara Jones. Chance here for Saints and Pip Birchall. Best chance Saints have had. It's the furthest they've been downtown all day as Crowell gets it away. Great shape. Ball out to the corner and Saints are in. Leah Burke in at the corner. Great shape from Saints. Ball moved to that left-hand side and we're all level here with Leah Burke in at the corner. The money ball coming from Emily Rudge. Great try from Saints. Got themselves organised, got that shape there, and they've broke through that Wigan defence.
Yeah, nice setup play. Got the ball to the middle, and for me, this is the money ball. Chantal Crowell engages the defenders. Vicky Whitfield on the short ball. Nice skill execution, and a nice brave finish there on the wing from Leah Burke for a well-deserved try. And
Saints obviously defended those back-to-back sets down here, didn't they? Where they were really under the pump, got the mistake, and they've built on that, haven't they? And they've dug themselves way back into this game somehow.
Yeah, it's about completions, isn't it? We complete the sets, and I think we've seen them a couple of times that they've thrown any shape at Wigan. They've looked dangerous. The knockdown on the previous set from Wigan, that was what enabled them to get another set of 6. They took the ball to that right edge again. Cunningham out the back caused a couple of problems. Back to the middle to set up, and also the shape with Chantel Crowe taking the ball into the line. Whitfield as the lead runner, execute the pass out the back to Gaskin onto Rudge, and she obliges and puts a winger in the corner.
Faye Gaskin with this conversion attempt. Not quite yet. Wigan players under the post.
They're not for moving, are they either?
No. And that's one's going to be waved away from Faye Gaskin. 22 and a half gone here. 4-all. And maybe on the balance of things, I don't know, I would say Wigan probably may just be deserved to be just that little bit in front at the moment on that opening 22 minutes.
I think Wigan have probably caused St Helens a few more problems with the ball in hand, but again, they've caused the problems but not managed to execute them and finish them off and put the points on the board, which is credit to Saints defence for the scramble, the way they've worked hard and the way they've worked back to get themselves behind the ball and clean it up. And so on the balance of things, they're the ones who probably had better field position with the opportunities.
And I think Dec Hartman needs to be getting the message down to his Saints players to just keep a very close eye on Gemma Walsh at the moment.
Yeah, we've said it. We probably said it before the game that she's a key indicator for this Wigan side. A lot of the players go through her. We see a great shot.
Jodie Cunningham.
I think it was Sarah Harrison who put the shot in, or Molyneux. As Jodie Cunningham returned the ball, tackle one, and forced the error.
Here we go. It's another big one. This.
Molyneux and Harrison together in the tackle, just managed to dislodge the ball from Cunningham, and a good opportunity for Wigan. We spoke about last time, didn't we, when Wigan scored, about the next set of 6 being a big one, and we saw it there, just a switch off, and Wigan straight on the attack.
Marsh dummy half. Here is Walsh going for a kick, second tackle. Jodie Cunningham's back there. She needs to get out of that in goal. Can she? No. It's going to be a repeat set, and it's another goal line dropout for Saints, and that's just doing something different, isn't it? Going that speculator second tackle.
Yeah, I like things like that, and I think it should be encouraged within our game. Gemma Walsh has seen something, so she's tried it. I think there's far too many times in our sport of rugby league, whether it be men's, kids, women's, girls, where we see things that are too structured, and Gemma Walsh has seen something that it nearly come off.
As Rebecca Greenfield brings this ball back to 22 out. As Wigan on the attack again. 4-all here. As Marsh goes down that short side. Here is
Seabold.
Sybil 5 away. As Marsh at dummy half. Here is Walsh. Walsh stops, goes back to that short side. She's been tracked, flicks out the back door. Really nice pass. Still 5 out. Saints need to get this defence organised. Going to go to the short side with Walsh again. Oh, big power from Gemma Walsh, and she's just short of the line. Last tackle for Wigan. Here comes the kick. Great cover from Faye Gaskin, and Gaskin gets back into the field. The playing Saints survive again. And defensively, they're holding up well, aren't they?
Yeah, great play from Faye Gaskin, filtering in behind the line. But for me, I think the referees missed well. For me, Rebecca Greenfield was a good 3 or 4 yards offside. But regardless of that, Faye Gaskin, right position, right time, and cleans it up. Wigan turning up the pressure on this Saints attack and making them come out their own end.
They've got a Saints player down at the moment. It is 4-all here on the Our League app and via Twitch as well. If you are watching us on Twitch, thanks for joining us here in Wigan this afternoon.
Just one thing to pick up. Obviously, I know that the camera is focused on the player who's down, which is Leah Burke, but Tara Jones is just on her haunches behind the post.
Little cheeky hair pull there.
And a couple of just dropping some knees in there as well from Sarah Harrison on the replay.
It was Victoria Molyneux who stood at marker with the little cheeky hair grab.
Don't have that problem with me. Nothing there to grab.
It's not something you ever see happen in the men's game, is it? Probably Ashton Sims at a grab.
You know what? I have seen it happen. Obviously, Ashton was one, and there was, I can't remember, David Solomona.
David,
That's what happened to him.
Yes, penalty, not square. And that'll even up the penalty count here at Robin Park.
And I believe I remember Earl Crabtree complaining about it once.
Yes. Oh, it's not found touch.
See that? I thought that was a knock on myself from Rebecca Greenfield, but credit to her, she was switched on, she was worse, she's cleaned the ball up and she's put Wigan on the attack. Just feel it building a little bit, can't you?
Yeah.
The crowd-wise here at Robin Park, they just had to open another part of the stand-up. There's a fantastic turnout for me. There's probably around 1,000 people here, at least.
Offload. Finds Caris Marsh and Vicky Whitfield on the defence. Wigan now try this short side. Here's Holly Speakman. On this last tackle, Walsh gets the kick in over the top. It's not a bad kick, it's been well tracked back by Avenel, and Saints will start 10 away from their own line.
She looks quick, doesn't she? The Saints right winger. Be great to see her getting a little bit of free space. That's what she can do in the open field.
Vital that Saints complete here, and that's the curse.
Commentator's curse, Mark.
Emily Rudge spilling that one.
She'll be disappointed with that one. Nice easy catch for her. The England captain bringing the ball away from her own end, and she holds her hand up as a gesture just to apologise to her teammates, and little shake of the head there. But I think she'll have faith in her saying, telling his teammates to defend this set.
It's all one way up at Wheatwood. Leeds 28-0 up against Wakefield Trinity. And they've gone through 27 minutes up at Wheatwood. Big thanks to Danica Prim, not playing this afternoon, who's sending the information through to us here in Wigan. As Walsh then, on the base of the scrum, drops it back on the inside, and ball's come free. It's been lost. And Saints get a break.
I think it was deserved. Obviously, the tackle that they put in was a dominant one, and managed to force the ball free within that tackle. And I think Emma Rudge will breathe a sigh of relief on that one.
Here's Naomi Williams. Virtual, isn't it, on this last?
We've not really seen many opportunities for the backs to express themselves and really have a go at each other. Attacking. It's been a forward-dominated game, I think, so far.
As Jones at dummy half gets a chance to jump. First time we've seen Tara Jones do that, and it's effective. Last tackle. And again, no kick, last tackle.
No kick. For me, the run... Oh no, back to one. Referees wipe the tackle quite clean.
And then there's a knock on. So...
Trying to work out what's happened here.
He's going to give... Oh, he didn't wipe it all on.
He did. He gestured to wipe it all on. The Saints winger's knocked on. He's give a turnover. It's a bit of a confusing one, but the referee makes the decisions. He's in charge, and he's decided that it'll be a Wigan turnover. And I think, what are we, 10 minutes probably to half time. Wigan are looking a little bit tired now. They put a lot of effort and a lot of energy in and enthusiasm with their line speed and contact, whereas Saints slowly, as we said, these probably last 10-15 minutes of control in this game.
As Saints again looking to muscle up on D. This is Charlotte Foley. It's Marsh, gets it to Walsh. Good line. As going to try the short side now as little kick through, play on is the call. There was a push in the back there, but John Roberts has ruled backwards, and
Wigan players screaming at the referee there, John Roberts, for a knock on from Tyra Jones, but for me, clean the ball up well.
So Rudge takes it in as Jones at dummy half then. Here's Jodie Cunningham, the face of the 2021 Women's World Cup. Oh, big collision with Sarah Lovejoy on halfway. Is Chantal Kroll. Kroll gets it down this left-hand side to the Saints try scorer, and she's done really well to stay in there.
She's done outstandingly well there, Leah Burke. 3-4 defenders coming across, and a big chance for Saints now to put pressure on with a good kick.
Here's the kick.
A little bit too deep from Faye Gaskin.
And that should be a 20-metre restart.
Yeah,
foot on the line.
I thought both feet were over the line there, so yeah, for me, should have been a 20-metre restart, but
obviously Saints defender called offside there. Did the sensible thing and stayed well out. It has been a good first half though, hasn't it? Certainly got stuck into each other.
Yeah, superb first half, and like I say, it's been a forwards battle. They've gone into the arm wrestle. A couple of mistakes from either side, but defensively they've both turned up and fronted up and given it to each other. It's
a great opener here of the 2019 WSL on the Our League app and on Twitch as well. If you are watching on Twitch and you have any questions, feel free to comment and we'll get Sean to answer them the best he can. Oh, mix up, and Saints have got it back with Whitfield, and here's a big chance for him just before half time. There's Jones at dummy half, goes to that right hand side as Lovejoy. Got a sense Wigan play down and we're going to call time off.
Yeah, you could see him on that last play looking for Gemma Walsh. She was out at the back. Marsh hasn't picked her up. She's gone to the wrong player. Yeah. And, Vicky Whitfield, Tyra Jones on the ball. Whitfield cleans it up and puts Saints in a great field position for.
Idea were right, execution were wrong.
Which idea?
With that pass on the replay we've just seen. Gemma Walsh just wasn't expecting it, was she?
I think it was difficult because she was stood behind the Wigan player at the time. And again, you got Tyra Jones and Vicky Whitfield putting you under pressure. Last tackle, you're trying to get rid of it. Just a little bit of a brain explosion. Ball went to ground and Saints managed to clean it up. But for me, Wigan looking rather tired at the minute. Body language isn't the greatest. A few hands on hips and a little bit of walking about.
So Saints on the front foot as we approach half time as Gaskin's ball finds Kroll, and Kroll flicks back out the back door to Rudge. Here's Lovejoy, and Lovejoy straightens up the middle, and she's come up with the error. And you know what, Saints were set there. They had a big chance to put a shift on down to this left hand side again, and they had Wigan in all sorts of problems, and we've got another Wigan player down.
I think is it Molyneux, the left edge back, the left edge, or the loose forward Molyneux, I think it is, that's just struggling with a little bit of a shoulder. She's giving a bit of a wind up, get it going again. But yeah, from a Saints point of view, I think they'll be disappointed. From a Wigan point of view, I think they'll be ecstatic with that. And it was that honesty to turn up for each other as well, working hard for the inside. And so a big pats on the back there for that Wigan defence.
Just to let you know, the clock on screen is not the official time. It's there for guidance only. We have our first comment on Twitch from Groundcore Gaming. It's his first time ever watching Women's Rugby League. And if you are watching us on Twitch, you can download the Our League app from the App Store, and you can stay with us afterwards for the men's game from Bradford in the Betfred Championship this afternoon. Penalty there, though, conceded by Saints, and it'll just give Wigan this one last opportunity to get downtown, Sean.
Yeah, it will, and I think from a Saints point of view, a silly penalty to give away because they couldn't get out the ruck, and it gives Wigan that field position and that little bit of a breather to come away from their own edge, because they've been penned in their own half probably for the last 10 minutes without much field position. So a great chance for Wigan now to punish Saints. Another
game in the WSL on this afternoon. It's Bradford 16, Featherstone 12 at half-time at the Providence Stadium, as Wigan on the attack then. Come to this right-hand side with Charlotte Foley. Out the back to Greenfield coming into the line. She's escaped the first couple, but not the third challenge from Chantal Kroll. Again, trying this short side. Oh, pass is not good, and it's been collected by the try scorer Leah Burke.
That was one of them balls. He was just too far in front of the first runner, a little bit behind the second runner to really cause Saints any problems, and neither of the Wigan players knew what was happening and who it was going to. And
Beth Stott takes it in. Here is Emily Rudge. As Jones at dummy half. Gets it to Kroll. 12 short of halfway as we get into the last 4 or 5 minutes here, as Ruskin inside the 40, looking for a 40-20. Has it got the bounce? Oh, it's just short. Just short.
Great effort from Faye Gaskin there to try and to pin the 40-20. It would have been crucial just before our time as the referee checks his watch out. But again, a chance for Saints to put some pressure on this Wigan coming out of their own half. Probably let them out a little bit too easy last time, giving the penalty away on tackle 4. I think this time, discipline-wise, they'll need to be on top of that, because, as I said a few times, I think this Wigan side are looking a little bit tired at the moment in time.
So scrum packed on the 20. John Roberts has just had a quick cheeky pick at the watch, so can't be too far away from the break here. It's been a tough first half. Wigan making much the better start, and Saints just edging the way back into it, as Gemma Walsh, who's been probably a little bit quiet the last 10 minutes. And
yeah, I think that's down to the field position that Wigan have had. A lot of it's been coming out of their own half, and obviously we just saw her take a drive in, which is unusual for, let's say, for a standoff. So that's a tough call for me. But yeah, great opportunity for Wigan now. So again, we spoke about Saints giving cheap penalties away and silly penalties. That's probably one of them now. That they give Wigan the ball 40 metres out from their own line.
And that is half-time here at Robin Park. It's Wigan 4, Saints 4 here. Wigan taking the lead early doors. Alison Burrows getting in at the corner. Leah Burke with the response for the Saints. And well, after Wigan made, for me, they're much better at that opening 20 minutes. Saints have dug in, been strong, stayed strong, and got away back into this game, haven't they?
They have, yeah, but for me, they're the ones who's missed the opportunities. For me, we said Wigan were on top for that first 15-20 minutes, and they controlled the game. On the back of that, so they started to get tired. Saints came into it more and more. And I probably think 4-4 is a reflection of that first half. But for me, Saints will be the ones who probably a little bit unhappy. They'll probably think they have more points on the board.
Right, so we're just going to have a look through the first half tries here. We'll start with the opener from Wigan Warriors. Gemma Walsh to the fore in this one with that kick, Sean.
Yeah, so you identify space. You see the wingers just a little bit in from a touchline, and that gives Gemma Walsh that little target to aim for at the back. You'll see again here, the winger takes a step in. It's always difficult when you're backpedaling away from the ball. So you see that the winger's got to turn and chase after it. But for me, great try this one. Chantel Crowe's
great shape, wasn't it?
Yeah, takes it into the line, commits the defenders, genuine leads from Vicky Whitfield and Beth Stott on the left edge. That's the bit that commits the Wigan defenders to it. But then on the back of that, you see the execution. Gaskin catches it out in front. Rudge catches it out in front. Nice play. Rudge could have probably scored herself, to be honest, but puts on a plate for a winger, and we go in at half-time, 4 apiece.
So 4-4 here on the Our League app and on Twitch. If you are joining us here on Twitch, thank you very much. Comment from Twitch user Red Saint. Hopefully the women can do what the men couldn't do yesterday, and that is win. Come on, Saints. Of course, the men's team falling to an 18-10 defeat in the south of France against Catalan. Half-time here at Robin Park. Now we're going to take a look at the Women's Super League launch, which took place at Home Cinema in Manchester last Saturday.
Yeah, it's another exciting one. I think we had an absolutely awesome season in 2018 and 2019, set to be even bigger with the introduction of one more team, and yeah, can't wait to get underway. Not long now, next weekend, so I think everyone's excited.
Yeah, you know, I've been around a long time, so to see where the game is now, it's absolutely amazing. It's something that I didn't actually think would happen. So yeah, it's a really exciting time to be involved in women's rugby, and hopefully it can just continue to grow and get bigger and better.
Yeah, to have a standalone launch is massive for the game, and going forward year on year, I'm sure it's going to get bigger and bigger.
The profile's getting bigger and bigger. Every week you see more media, more awareness on social media, more people talking about it, more people aware of it.
Can't wait for it to start. Obviously we're playing for Hull KR, we're a new sort of side. It's a brand new women's setup, so starting from the bottom, and hopefully in a few years' time we'll be up there with the rest of them.
And we're excited to take our place amongst obviously like these fantastic ladies and these great teams. We're excited to get the season underway, to get playing some rugby. The introduction of Lil today as the new Women's Super League ambassador is absolutely massive, and seeing the pathway, how different it is for her, I know it's absolutely massive for her that she can look ahead, and she's a junior ambassador. Who knows where that'll be when she's old enough to join the ranks and then push on to look and play in that 2025 World Cup.
I think it's been inspirational. I think it is a platform for the season of Women's Rugby League. You've seen some fantastic athletes, some great video footage, and all in all, I think it's just a great launch pad for 2019. I know the standard just continues to go up and up and up and up, and the athletes of this standard deserve great platforms, and hopefully they've had one today. Well, clearly 21 by 21 is the big target. 21,000 women and girls playing rugby league by the Women's World Cup final in 2021. That's an objective, but nevertheless we can go bigger and better than that. We have all the ingredients of something really exciting here.
And welcome back to Robin Park. It was a great morning at the Women's Super League launch last week, and during that event we got to watch the film Power Mary by Joanna Lester, which is the story of the PNG women's team who took part in the last World Cup in Australia. Elsewhere in the WSL, Bradford now lead Featherstone by 22 points to 12, and Leeds are comfortably ahead up at Wheatwood against Wakefield Trinity. Right, she's out on the pitch at the moment. We've seen Tara Jones a couple of times on Our League already this year, but in the role as a referee. But now it's time to get to know a little bit more about Tara Jones.
Hello, I'm Eloise Soren, and pitchside here at Wicked Stadium in St Helens, and I'm joined with the one and only Tara Jones, who's the starting hooker for St Helens. You've got a massive game this Sunday. How has the pre-season been in the lead up to this opening game?
Yeah, massive game for us all this weekend. Wigan Saints derby. The pre-season's been very long for all teams because it's quite a long pre-season, but we've managed to stay focused and do the things that we need to do pre-season in the build-up to this big game, and it's a really good way to start off the season.
For someone who isn't familiar with yourself at home, tell us a little bit about Tara and who you are, and what we know that you're involved in rugby league very heavily, both obviously in the game as well and refereeing, but what about when you're just sitting at home, or what's some of your hobbies that you do away from the code?
Yeah, so everything that I do is rugby related. So obviously, like you mentioned, I play rugby, I referee rugby. I also work here at Saints in the Community Development Foundation. But then away from rugby at home, for me it's a lot about my family, particularly my nephews and my nieces and things like that. So I like to spend a lot of time with them, taking them out on days out, and spending that quality time with them.
Where did your passion for rugby league grow? Because for women, I mean, this is the second year that the competition's been in play. Who did you look up to as you were growing up, and where did you really, sort of have a light bulb moment that you wanted to play professionally?
So I think it spelled from my dad has always had a rugby background, and then my brother played rugby league for our local community club near to where we live, and then I always went to my brother's training with my dad and my brother, and then I was always that annoying little kid that tried joining in and got in the way of the older lads playing. So then my dad was like, right, you can go across to your own age group. I started playing there and I just absolutely loved it, and played ever since.
And what about the passion for refereeing? Because you became the first woman to referee in the Super League, and last year you played in the first game, I think you said it was against Wigan Wakefield.
Yeah.
What was that moment like? And that is just an incredible milestone.
Yeah, so I got into the officiating side of it because I played for a boys team, and then when I got to the age of 12 I had to quit playing for that team and then went across to a girls side, but then I decided to take up the role of officiating as well. And that's led to many different opportunities, but then last year I got a couple of massive opportunities for me in that career, and like I said, I was an in-goal judge for that Wigan Wakefield game, and it was just a massive opportunity in my career and something I'll always remember.
So what is the goal for 2019? Obviously to officiate more games, to play rugby league as well for St Helens. What sort of is the end goal for you? I mean, you're only quite young. Where do you want to see yourself in 5 to 10 years within rugby league, and seeing how much it can grow here in the UK?
Yeah, so obviously the game's growing massively with the Women's Super League, and then officiating side of it, there's more female match officials coming through, so I want to see that grow. But for me personally, this year for 2019, as a team we're looking to compete and be at that top end of the league, and hopefully get to some finals and then get success on the back of that. Officiating side, I'm just going to keep going alongside my playing and see where that takes us to.
And what is the St Helens? Give us an insight into what the women's team's like inside the St Helens change rooms, or when you're on the bus and you're going for an away game. What's it like to be involved in, for such a close-knit, tight group of girls, what's it like to be involved?
Yeah, it's great. The team ethos, you can't fault it. The girls are great. We're a really tight group, and we all support each other fully, and we do this journey together.
I've asked everyone here today this question: what would be your word of advice or sort of inspiration for someone that might be a little girl running around like watching you on the weekend or officiating? What would be your word of advice to aspire to achieve her goals and her dreams?
You know what, just give it a go. If there's any child, male or female, just go and give it a go. You never know, it's something that you enjoy, and if you enjoy it then continue to do that, because that's what I done. We've got a young ambassador now called Lil, a young girl who's coming through, and she's aspiring to us, and hopefully she can show other young girls that they can do it as well. And then the work we do here at Saints in the foundation, we're always going into schools and we're working with children, and it's good for them young girls and boys to see what we do as ourselves as players, but then also to aspire them and inspire them that they can do it and come through the pathway as well.
Great word of advice. Well, good luck this Sunday up against Wigan. I'm sure you guys will give them a good run for their money, and hopefully you guys can be at the end of the 2019 Super League season.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And welcome back to Robin Park as the two teams make their way back out for the second half here on the Our League app and on Twitch as well. Matt Horton and Sean Briscoe here this afternoon. 4-4 it is at the moment. Briscoe, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who's been your standout performers from that first half so far?
I think from a Wigan point of view, everything's really gone through gone through Gemma Walsh, but for me, one that's causing problems on the back of that is the back rower, Amanda Seibold. I think she's carried the ball strong, and there's a couple of times she's made a few little half breaks. From a St Helens point of view, I think Vicky Whitfield's having a great game, and Chantal Crowe as well. Both of them in the middle, strong in defence and strong with the carries. So, yeah, they're the standouts so far. I thought you was going to ask me who's going to win, so I'll get you in first. Who's going to win?
Do we have Golden Point today? No, we don't, do we? Be nice. Anyway, we're almost ready for this second half. We are underway. Kick's going to find the grass as it takes a kind bounce for Rebecca Greenfield. And question I've asked you a couple of times, we've done what do you think the message has been in both camps? What do you think Amanda said to her girls and Dex said to his?
I think from a Wigan point of view, I think it's going to be getting away from their own end and cutting out silly mistakes. We've seen them commit silly mistakes a few times early on in the tackle count. From a Saints point of view, I think it's taking the chances when they've got them. We've seen them be at the right end of the field for them several times and not really managed to put that last pass in or complete the set as they'd like to. And obviously the kick, I think it was 2 or 3 times we've seen Saints finish a set without a kick 30-40 metres out. So I think both of them, it'll be just stay in the arm wrestle, keep completing sets, keep getting a good kick away.
As Wigan get that kick away, they've completed their opening set of that second half. Here is the Saints try scorer, Leah Burke. Do you think Deck might have mentioned something to his girls about on that last tackle getting a kick away, because they've been caught twice in field position, haven't they?
Yeah, certainly I think they will. And again, this is an early opportunity for Saints to get away from their own half, an early penalty for a high tackle on Jodie Cunningham. But yeah, that'll be certainly part of it. When I say about completing sets, that is the complete set. It's that last, getting that last good kick away. It's not about dying with the ball. For me, that's a ball steal. But
and they've come up with an error. First tackle.
I won't mind seeing that one again. Just the way that the tackle was and the way that the ball came out. So sometimes you watch it as a player, you kind of know how the tackle's going and which way or where the ball should be situated. But I said before, referee's made his call.
Do you think there's any pressure on these referees knowing that Tara's in there as well, poacher and gamekeeper and things like that?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll just referee and rightly so that Tara's a very good player playing the game and get on with it that way. I don't think you can have any due bias towards it or against her for anything, that just the fact that she's a great referee in her own right as well as a great player.
As Wigan then with the first opportunity of this second half with Victoria Molyneux as Marsh at dummy half. Goes to that left hand side. 10 out, big chance for the Warriors early doors. Here is Gemma Walsh and gets a long ball out down this left hand side. Big chance, flip back on the inside to Greenfield, and Rebecca Greenfield's lost it over the line trying to score, and Saints survive again.
Yeah, he's given a knock on, but for me, and as I said, he's got to make his decisions. But you watch Gemma Walsh run behind the back of her own player there. For me, that's definite crossing. But see, he's not seen it. You've got to play on, and it's a great scramble defence from Saints, managed to keep them out.
Should that not be a 20-metre restart?
Knock on over the line, yeah. If that's where he's knocked on, yeah. She's knocked on, yeah, sorry.
Jodie Cunningham with the carry then. The Saints go down that left hand side with Emily Rutgers. Vicky Whitfield, who's been very impressive so far as well. Jones waits at dummy half.
Not sure Chantal Crowe wanted that ball there from Harris. You could hear the calls from up here on the gantry of no.
As kick comes through, it's bounced and it's found the touchline, and just that little bit of hesitation there, it can be vital, can't it? Good afternoon to Popanicious on Twitch. Great game, girls. Game on. It certainly is at the moment. Don't forget, if you are watching us via Twitch, you can download the Our League app. It's available from Google Play and from the App Store, from the Apple App Store, and then you can go over to the Our League app and you can watch the men's game from the Providence Stadium between Bradford and Dewsbury from 3 o'clock with George. It's Wigan 10 short of halfway. Greenfield just slips.
Been solid, hasn't she, Rebecca Greenfield at full-back, the part of the England squad last year when they travelled over to France at the back end of the year. She's been solid at full-back and she looked dangerous when she has got the ball in her hands.
As Walsh back on the inside, and of course the RFL launched their 21 in 21 campaign last week as well, to get 21,000 girls and women playing rugby league by the time of the World Cup final at Old Trafford in Manchester. This on the last tackle. Here is Walsh just off the outside of the boot as Rebecca Avenel retreats, and a bit of room for her to run into. We've seen a bit of pace from her already, and she's put to ground in centre field.
That's a nice kick from Wigan to turn Saints around, make them bring it out their own half, and that's what they'll need to keep doing. They'll just need to keep putting this pressure on Saints. And, we saw in the first half that Saints were the first ones to crack.
Couple of changes for Saints. Darcy Stott gets out there and Saints get there for second penalty of this second half. It's an old cliche, isn't it? But the first score of this second half could be so crucial, couldn't it?
It could, and I spoke last week when I was commentating.
And they've done it again. Second time they've not found touch, and those are coach killers, aren't they?
They are. I spoke about in the Thatcher Heath game last week, the commentary with George about the psychological effect it has on a team being 4, 2, 4, 6 points behind in a tight game, and it makes you just push that pass a little bit more. And whereas when you're level,
Greenfield gets away. Hold. Chance here down this touch from Megan Grace Holding, and it's good cover. Wigan on the front foot now as Thompson tries to go. Gemma Walsh waits at first receiver, gets it in field to Hannah Goodburn, and it's been knocked on by Holly Speakman, and chance has gone.
Chance gone. Holly Speakman knocks it on, but I think who was it? The offload. I'm just trying to pick it out. Was it Molyneux with the out? Oh no, sorry, it was Hannah Goodburn. The Gidley flick out the back door, and he says Speakman just weren't quite ready to get that ball in.
The Gidley flick.
He's got a patent on it, hasn't he? Everyone's got to call it the Gidley flick.
And Matt Gidley, of course, who starred in the Red V for St Helens. You'll come up against him a couple of times, won't you?
Yeah, I did quite a few times. Obviously, a fantastic player and fantastic role model and ambassador for the sport as a whole on both sides of the world. As
Emily Rudge with the carry, Jones waits at dummy half. Tara Jones with the scoop, gets the offload to Whitfield. Good play from Saints. The 15 short of halfway. Good tackle, great tackle from Holly Speakman on the last tackle. Oh, they've done it again. Oh, it's the third time they've been caught in possession on the last tackle.
If you're 10 metres away from your opponent's line or there or thereabouts, you don't mind it, but the Saints still in their own half. I think the wind is picking up into the faces of the Saints players, so it is difficult to kick into that wind, but you've just got to try and get as far away from your own try line as you possibly can.
Great tackle from Holly Speakman there. So Wigan, gifted field position. Can they take advantage of it?
Great control there in the tackle from the two Saints players. I think it's Sarah Lovejoy and Lizzie Graham. Controlled it, one round the legs, one up top. Nice and controlled, in tight. Took the Wigan player to the floor.
As Molyneux takes it in. Marsh gets into dummy half. What have Wigan got up their sleeve here as Speakman takes it in on the 30. Good quick play of the ball. Chance here as Walsh takes the line on. Walsh gets through the first line, and it's good cover from Darcy Stott, and Gemma offload. Oh, it's been knocked on. It's been knocked on. from the back of the offload. Wasn't quite ready for it, and chance has gone.
Nice play from Gemma Walsh. Took it to the line. They were short of numbers, and it was the number 16. It was Darcy Stott. When you talk about 1% efforts and the little things and turning it up for your teammates, it looked for me Gemma Walsh was going to walk in under the sticks, but Darcy Stott tracked back on the inside, made the tackle, stopped Gemma Walsh, and on the back of it we saw tried to get the offload away, and they just weren't
Amanda
ready for
Sibbald,
it.
who came up with the, well, it'll go down as an error, but it's a harsh one, isn't it? Because wasn't really aware of it, and she did the best she could.
I think you look at the body language now. I spoke about it towards the end of that first half. The Wigan body language was the one that looked as though they were struggling and tired. Look at the Saints players now. The couple of hands on hips, leant over a little bit. They're 10 metres from their own try line, and this is going to be a huge set for Saints. They need to get to the back of the set, and they need to complete it and get a good kick away.
It was Leeds 34, Wakefield 4 at half-time in one of the other WSL games today. As Jodie Cunningham takes it in. Bradford 22-12 up against Featherstone last time we heard, as Jones at dummy half. Gets it to Lizzie Graham. It's Jones. With the show and go, Tara Jones with a break. Chance here for Saints. Needs support. Only got Greenfield to beat, and Rebecca Greenfield's come up with a great tackle, but it's a great run from Tara Jones. Saints got numbers to this left-hand side as Gaskin to Cunningham. Cunningham's got away. Big chance here for Saints. Cunningham with the show and go. Sticks the head down. He's 5 away from the line. Last tackle for the Saints as Gaskin at dummy half. Inside on kick, it's the call again. They've got it back. They're going down this left-hand side. Kick has come in. Ball's loose. And
this could be a try.
This could be a try.
If it's over, it's not. It might not be over the line. But he's giving.
She's confident, and he's given 2 knock-ons, and it's going to be Saints head and feed.
Again, though, we see Saints panic on that last tackle. No structure to get to a kick. And we saw Chantel Kroll end up with the ball in her hands, realise it was the last tackle and throw it out. Probably a little bit of luck there from coming up with an error from Wigan to get a repeat set, but let's go back a little bit. Tara Jones, great skill, little show and go at the line, slides through, doesn't panic, looks around for support, decides I'm going to keep all the ball, but what a tackle from Rebecca Greenfield, ball and all, perfect tackle. No chance of an offload from Tara Jones.
Here come the Saints from 10 out with Jones at dummy half to Kroll. Kroll with the offload to Harris. Harris, long pass, finds Avenel. Gets it back inside to Williams. Jones waits at dummy half. Here's Kroll again. Good hit. Great hit from Rachel Thompson. Still going though. 5 away from the line. Big test of this Wigan defence. As Jones at dummy half. Out to...
Oh, look at the space out there on
Gaskin, and Gaskin still goes. Big chance. Great cover. Huge numbers. It's got to go left. It has. Gaskin gets it away to Cunningham. Play on. It's out. Saints for the corner. Have gone in touch. I think there's been a foot on the line. I think it's going to be a scrum 10 out. It is. Oh, and Leah Burke has just popped a foot on that touchline, and chance has gone.
To be honest, I think they could have scored about 3 times before this. Jodie Cunningham, if she just straightens up, takes it in. She's dropped it as well. Great cover defence from Rebecca Greenfield and the number 4, Georgia Wilson, to scramble across and shut that down. But Saints, as you see, just all drifted over towards that touchline, made it easier for the Wigan defence to get across. If one of them straightens up, that means that everybody else has got to stop, and that's what creates the space on the outside. But again, a chance for Saints to put a little bit of pressure on this Wigan side. We've not seen them try and come away from their own end yet in this second half. But great scramble defence in that last set from the Wigan defence.
So it'll be Wigan scrum 10 away from the line, as we were at half-time.
I think we've just seen Saints panic a little bit too much when they've had that good ball. They've not really set much up. Obviously, Faye Gaskin's probably the dominant half of the two with their experience within the game, but we've just seen them panic a little bit and not have as much shape and structure when it comes to them key killer players.
So, back the scrum, 10 away from the line. Let's see what Wigan have got now. And can Saints force this error and get this ball back quickly? This is a most complete set for the Warriors, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll be praying for a penalty as well. A penalty would relieve a lot of the pressure on them.
Wasn't low. Across the shoulder, says our referee. Walsh at dummy half. Gets it to Holly Speakman. It's Marsh now to Walsh. Here is Sibbald, and it's a pretty decent set. They've got to 8 short at halfway, and you bet your bottom dollar Wigan will get the kick away, or they're going to go through the hands. Kick comes in from Rachel Thompson as Cunningham sets off, goes cross field, and it's a good chase from Wigan, and I almost thought that kick wasn't coming in then.
No, it's good to see as well, because in a way it brings the winger up as well. We saw the right winger for Saints, Rebecca Avenel, having to come up as though she was going to have to defend that, and that's what enabled the centre to slide the kick in behind, and just getting that kick away is an extra 20 metres. And obviously Saints haven't yet got back to where Wigan kicked it from.
Great crowd here at the Robin Park Arena this afternoon. Standing room only now at the front. As Jones at dummy half gets it to Kroll out the back. Going through the hands, good pass. Good pass. Almost on the last tackle, Tara Jones this time takes control, puts the kick across the field. It's taken an awkward bounce, and it's well covered eventually, and she's away. It's Georgia Wilson down that right hand touchline, and Wigan on the front foot now as Greenfield at dummy half, and good shout, sir.
You see it quite often. It looks as though the winger had let the ball bounce, and she was going to be in a little bit of trouble picking it up, but no panic, picks it up and makes 50 metres down the field. And again, probably from it wasn't a bad kick from Tara Jones. It was just a case of that everyone had drifted in and tried to stop it. But a good read from the Saints winger there.
As Naomi Williams is taken to ground here on the Our League app. Don't forget, straight after us here, we're off to the Providence Stadium. Bradford against Dewsbury with George and the team. As Wigan on this last tackle, Walsh puts the kick in. Might just be too much in that. Is it going to bounce nicely? It doesn't. Oh, Jodie Cunningham's done really well, and it's going to be a goal line dropout. Just fell backwards, and what a set from Wigan. They've been under the pump, and they've gone from their own 10 metres and ended up with the reward of a goal line dropout.
Yeah, and that's on the back of carrying it nice and strong, but a great kick from Gemma Walsh. It shows you that it just backs up what we've been talking about how important it is to get a good kick away and just find and put your opponents under some pressure to field the ball first of all. Never mind do anything with it. It's getting to that ball, whether it's collecting it on a loose ball on the floor, taking it out the air. You've still got to field it somehow.
As Gaskin is taken by Rebecca Greenfield, and she'll get back to the 30 metre line. You are watching the WSL on the Our League app and Twitch. Don't forget, if you are a Twitch user and you want to watch the men's game, you need to download the Our League app for that one. As Victoria Molyneux gets 20 out. Can Wigan now make this pressure count? No, ball's been lost, and Saints survive. Lizzie Graham rides a couple of tackles, and Lizzie Graham keeps going. Good, powerful run from Lizzie Graham.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think it's Darcy Stott, and she's come up with some great tackles and a few great carries as well. So to pick that ball up, make 15 metres, and it looks as though she's going to make her way off for a. Is she coming off for a well-deserved rest?
Just with the trainer at the moment, she's going for the ventilator as Jones goes again, and
she's looking dangerous with that little show and go. See, for me, Saints now. Saints need to be looking now at setting up the kick. I know it's only tackle 3, but they need to start thinking about, so with the way that the sets have gone so far, about getting to that kick.
Down this left-hand side, chance here for the Saints. 2-on-1, ball out to the corner, and it's been put down by Leah Burke, and that's another one they've bombed. That's 2 gone so far in this second half.
It is, and for me, it's not the wing. It's not the winger who needs to put her hand up. For me, the centre, the centre doesn't even look. Throws it and then looks.
Case for a dummy and go.
It's always difficult because obviously when you see a player pass it like that, the fullback automatically steps off, so you don't know whether they were, if they kept all the fullback was committed or not. So difficult one, but for me, at least she's got to come off that left foot and make the winger fullback commit to her to enable the winger to be in some space. But again, skill execution just a little bit let down there from what we've seen, and these errors that Saints are making in crucial parts of the game and crucial parts of the field going to come back and bite them.
Going to try and find out what's going on up at Leeds very shortly. They've just scored again, I know that. As Thompson takes it in.
Great carry. Getting on the front foot for Wigan there. That's what they need. That's been something that they've probably been lacking. They've got a nice offload away, and another error on the halfway line for Wigan. They're defending these sets well, but they're inviting too much pressure on from this St Helens team, and there's a lot of qualities we've said in this Saints team, and obviously on the Wigan team, but at some point you keep giving them this field position in these opportunities, and they are going to take one of them at some point.
I'm just going to check on the Golden Point situation. I don't think it's in operation. We will get some confirmation. Good afternoon to my good friend Bilko, who's watching up at home with baby and dog. As Saints then on the attack. As Jones at dummy half gets it to Chantal Kroll. She's had a big game today.
She's been very good in the middle third for St Helens. Not just with the ball in hand. Every time
chance for Jones to jump. 3 defenders left on the floor, but it's well read though by Victoria Molyneux. As Kroll at dummy half to Gaskin. Chance here to Cunningham. Cunningham down that left hand side and gone in touch again. Has Leah Burke.
It's just, I think, sometimes game understanding. Just Leah Burke, maybe all the opportunities there, so the game's in the balance. Sometimes the little sensible thing is just come off that left foot, bring it back inside, make the fullback make a tackle on you. I know what she's trying to do there. She's trying to go for the corner and get the try, but sometimes you've got to play the odds and maybe come back off that left foot, make Rebecca Whitt-Greenfield come up with something to stop your one-on-one rather than just going straight for the corner, especially with the way that the game's going and the cover defence coming across as it was.
Confirmation, no Golden Point today, so if we stay as we are, it's a point apiece in the competition table. As Walsh then gets it away. I think this last 17 minutes, tired bodies might see a few more gaps open up.
Yeah, Saints looking dangerous on that left edge, and we're going to looking a little bit more tired on there. Just trying to gauge body language. There's a little bit of walking about from Wigan, but for me, they should be confident with the way that they've defended.
And that's a penalty.
That's like gold dust for this Wigan team. Like I said, they've been walking about. They've Caulfield positioned up several times recently in good positions for St Helens. But just to get that relieving penalty, start your set 40 metres out from your own try line will be a big boost for them psychologically.
Wigan will start 5 short of halfway. As Walsh gets it away to Lucy Bagley. And they're on halfway as Marsh at dummy half. Goes to that right hand side. Oh, big fend, big collision in centre field. So go the right hand side. Wigan haven't had a lot of time down here this second half, have they?
No, they've not. Probably one or two opportunities they've had. So we saw the drop ball over the line from good scrambling defence from St Helens, but they've not really asked too many questions of this Saints defence in the second half.
Here is Sibbald again. Go this left-hand side to Walsh. Walsh puts the little kick through. Jodie Cunningham's across there, and Jodie Cunningham covers, and the chase is good, and Saints pinned again deep inside their own half.
Yeah, Saints pinned, but more importantly, Gemma Walsh lying on the floor, clutching a left ankle. Doesn't look in too much discomfort.
Didn't see anything.
No, I saw the kick go in, whether she's rolled her ankle afterwards or there's been a collision, so it's a left knee. That's the physio's just having a look at.
Don't talk to me about left knees.
Matt was hobbling up and down the stairs earlier for viewers at home.
After the weekend I've had, I think the wife wants to put me down.
She told me that before the weekend, to be honest.
That's true. So Saints start on their own line. This could be one score or one mistake that decides this game now, as Jones at dummy half gets a chance to go.
Injury, yeah. You can hear the screams. Oh no?
No.
She's screaming. You can hear screams, but she's managed to get up. Here's the impressive Vicky Whitfield on the front foot. And that's a knock on.
Oh, and there's a mistake.
Commentator's curse once again. She'd done everything right. Strong carry, found the front, trying to get up, quick play the ball, and that's what's coughed it up. And it wouldn't surprise me this set if you see Gemma Walsh just instructing the team, work towards them posts. As we saw in the last year, she's very good with the boot.
A comment from Twitch user Last Ninja Cow. Leah Burke's working hard. Shame about going into touch so much. It is one of those things. Leeds 46-4 up against Wakefield up at Wheatwood. It's good defence though from Saints. So last year's league leaders and Challenge Cup winners have made a pretty impressive start today, haven't they?
They certainly have.
As we focus on Wigan and Saints, as Cass Ladies 12-0 up against York already. As come to this left-hand side, and it's another good powerful run, 20 out. What have Wigan got up the sleeve as Marsh at dummy half? Here is Gemma Walsh, and Walsh with a long pass, great ball to find Rachel Thompson. Thompson gets it away. Oh, what cover that is. What cover that is to prevent Megan Grace Holding getting in at the corner. Super ball though from Gemma Walsh.
Yeah, nice play and a nice offload from Rachel Thompson in the centres to try and get a winger in the corner. Great defence from Saints though. For me, he's going to give a scrum down here, but for me, she's gone over the dead ball line, not into touch. So again, we should be having
I think the foot went out first. Foot went out first,
right,
yeah.
Okay.
So we get into the last 12 minutes. Have we got a winner here at Robin Park this afternoon on the Our League app as Saints clear their lines with Emily Rudge?
This is the edge that they've looked dangerous on recently. That left edge for Saints.
Yeah, they've made a lot of hay down there this afternoon, haven't they? As Gaskin. Gaskin's away. Chance here for Saints. She needs to stay calm. She's got through Greenfield, and it's good cover. Now it's about patience and keeping a cool head, and it's going to be 10 minutes in the bin. And this could be a huge turning point in this game.
That's a tough call.
Faye Gaskin's still down, and John Roberts has gone straight in the back pocket and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, I think it's a tough call. I think it'd be good to see a replay of this, because great break from Faye Gaskin. You see a spin at the tackle. Vanessa Temple it was, just came up with a missed tackle, but Greenfield at the back just manages to slow her down a little bit for the winger. I think it's Michelle Davis to get back and stop the tackle, but
it's Michelle Davis who's gone in the bin. Faye Gaskin is still down there now, and well,
I think
given this little bit of breaking play now, what do you think the respective messages will be?
score next. I think from a Saints point of view, they've got to turn field position into points. Wigan will just be about attitude to defend and just keep turning up for each other. They've defended really well so far, and it's them little desperate plays. Even when it looked like Saints were going to score, they've come up with something and they've just managed to stop them. So I think the message from the Wigan point of view for these next few minutes will just be stay strong, stay in this, keep positive, and work for each other. For Saints, I think it's got to be about being organised now. They use this break to get organised, know what's coming, and depending on how they play, whether it's off the cuff or more structured, it's one of them that they need to make the right decision. And for me, they've pointed, I think, towards the post. They've gone for goal, I think. The referees just point towards the post.
They are going.
Touch judges are behind the post, and it's Faye Gaskin, the goal kicker, who's currently limping around at the back of the field, and they've already made that decision. So whether it's going to be,
there we go. Next,
it might be Beth Stott who goes for goal next.
It is Beth Stott,
but a difficult kick for me. 35 metres out into a headwind. I think they'd have been better off running this ball, especially on the back of that break. I said Wigan were looking tired.
It's a chance in a tight game.
Yeah. Another 5 metres closer, 5-6 metres closer. Yeah, I'd have agreed with that. But
there is a slight breeze blowing into the face for Beth Stott as well.
The chase is going to be important here as well in case this doesn't go over.
Could get one of those Jordan Tansey moments.
I'll check the onside then.
Kicks away. It's got the distance,
not
the accuracy. And it will be a 20-metre restart. And, well,
20-metre dropout.
Yeah, 20-metre dropout. Yeah.
I think the Wigan player let that ball bounce, and it bounced over the dead ball line. I think she realised what she'd done. She needed to collect that ball, and it would have been theirs to keep for another set of 6. But big dropout coming up. They need some distance.
Get deep inside this last 10 minutes. As Saints, can they find their way over? As Dawn Taylor with the carrying. Gemma Walsh is trapped in. No, as Cunningham jumps from dummy half.
I don't think we're playing 10 metres here. If you watch how many times everyone's offside.
As Jones now, are they setting up for a drop goal? Oh, it's been dropped.
That's a ball steal.
Great hit. Few fingers in there.
I think that's a ball steal. It's 1-on-1, but it's a ball steal. Watch, she goes in. Sarah Harrison rips the ball away, and it should be a Saints ball. But the referee not seeing that, and he's given Wigan the ball.
Over 1,000 of you watching on Twitch with us this afternoon.
I think we've been treated to a great spectacle, haven't we? For not many tries, but dogged determination.
Oh, here's a mistake. It's given a penalty. Broken too quick from the scrum, I think.
We've been treated to a great... So not many tries involved, but the determination. And
Bradford easily in front at the Providence Stadium against Featherstone. In one of the other games, Castleford now 16-0 up against York City Knights. Big up to Castleford. They're going to be playing all their home games at the Menderhorst Jungle this year. As Wigan then, can they find their way downtown and get themselves in with a shot of winning this game? Gemma Walsh directing operations, and penalty comes now. And
what I don't understand what the penalty's for here.
It's not. The penalties for the tag for feet above the horizontal.
If I'm honest, but she's got 1 foot on the floor. So what are they supposed to do? And that's for me. That's obviously one of the things.
I think the initial tackle was high anyway.
Yeah, so I think he might have realised he made a mistake on that one. But to then go and penalise him for that, I'm struggling with this one.
So Wigan start 10 short of halfway, coming up inside the last 6 minutes here. And here's and now he's pulled a high shot. And that's 3 quick penalties. Of course, don't forget, Wigan down to 12 at the moment. Michelle Davis in the sin bin. They'll start on halfway now.
Knock on. No.
No. As Marsh at dummy half gets it to Harrison. Here is Gemma Walsh, drops it off to Amanda
all the signs
Sibbald.
here from Gemma Walsh, although they're working towards them posts. I know they're still 30 metres out.
Here is Walsh again. Walsh gets it. Great D.
Great decision from the winger.
From Avenel. Avenel's forced the error. Saints are going to get the ball back.
Top read there from Rebecca Avenel. Jammed in, off a wing, shut the play down. And for me, I thought she'd taken the ball one-on-one anyway.
Our referee and Gemma Walsh just putting the worlds to rights, shall we say. Don't forget, if you are a Twitch user and you want to stay with us for the men's game that starts at 3 o'clock from the Providence Stadium, you need to go to your relevant app store and download the Our League app and sign up. You've got George and the team over at Bradford. We'll be going there pretty much straight away from here. Leeds 54-4 up with 10 minutes left at Wheatwood. So can Saints now get close to these posts as Beth Stott takes it in, as Jones waits at dummy half. Here's Whitfield, and Whitfield gets 3 inside the Wigan half as Jones waits at dummy half to Gaskin. This is the side they've made most traffic, as Leah Burke gets them 30 away. As Gaskin again, they've got the arms up on this side, and a couple of dummies, offload needed, gets it to Krull. Chance here for the Saints, and it's good cover defence. Last tackle. What have they got up the sleeve as Jones goes down the short side, and Tara Jones has been caught in possession and need to be looking to force a repeat set there, don't they?
Yeah, just a panic in the play before. It would have been a little bit it would have been a smarter option. Realising what tackle it is, work towards it. I know they came outside to this edge, tried to get the try, but would have probably been better suited. Work towards the middle of the field, give them some options, and it's a game management. Just try and pop a 1-pointer over.
Don't forget, if you are needing to download the Our League app to get the Bradford Dewsbury men's game afterwards, it is completely free of charge. We just need you to sign up, that's all. And you can get yourselves Betfred Championship action with George and the team from the Providence Stadium.
Wigan need to complete this set. They need to get away from their own end here. They don't need to invite any pressure on from this Saints team.
Wigan need to complete, and Saints need to force that error as Sarah Harrison takes it in. Oh, and there is that error.
And she's offside as well.
And she's offside as well.
It should be a penalty to Saints.
It's Holly Speakman, and that one's a lot more kickable.
He's not giving the offside. He's just giving a scrum.
So, Saints, big chance from here. Wigan still down to 12. Michelle Davis is up and ready and wants to get back out there. Touchdown just has a check on the watch. Cass now 20-0 up against York City Knights in WSL. As here come the Saints with Harris. Jones at dummy half. Sit to Whitfield, and two of them are fighting in background. And here we go. Here comes the cavalry. It's all on here.
Harrison's got around to those, but she's the victim. She's the one who started it.
Sarah Harrison, well, if this is a Saints penalty, this could be crucial. That's proper lost the marbles there. It's all come out of nothing. I think we're going to get a look at it. very shortly.
Yeah, Sarah Harrison's trying to steal the ball one-on-one in the previous tackle, and as the players played the ball, she's had a bit of a shove at her. She's got into a little bit of a grapple with her.
Here we go.
We'll see here. You'll see her come in. She tries to take the ball one-on-one. And she's on her way.
She's been drifted for 10 minutes.
And she could have possibly just cost her side the game.
And Harrison's been called for throwing the first one. And she's trying to act all innocent, and there's going to be another shot at goal here. Surely they're going to take the 2 on offer. And Faye Gaskin, who was injured for that previous shot. Shot at goal coming. We are at the end of this game. To put you on the spot while this Faye Gaskin's lining this up, have a minute or so to think about your player of the match this afternoon. Huge drama here at Robin Park. Crowd are into it now as well. Great atmosphere inside Robin Park at the moment. So Faye Gaskin with possibly a kick to win it. But what was Sarah Harrison thinking?
It's one of the drama of the game, isn't it? You're trying to steal that ball, you're trying to get that a little bit of advantage, but here we go. Gaskin's
huge pressure on Faye Gaskin to win it here in this opener at Robin Park. Kicks on its way, it's got chances, and the flags are up here. And Faye Gaskin has kicked the goal.
They're all celebrating, the game's not finished.
Are ahead by 6 points to 4. They're all celebrating. Trainers out there quick. Telling them they need to set up.
How big? Oh, 2 balls on.
2 balls on now.
Trying to get it going.
We are on a rolling clock on the screen, by the way, just to let you know. And Wigan have got seconds to recover this ball. It's gone 10. And great cover from Chantal Crowell. This is going up the jumper now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think there's quite a few contenders for player of the match. Obviously from the Wigan side, Gemma Walsh has had a great game. Greenfield at fullbacks at the top game as well. Saints, I think Tara Jones has been good out of dummy half. Faye Gaskin obviously just kicked the penalty, but for me, the standout performer for Saints. She's worked tirelessly throughout this game, and for me it's the loose forward, Chantal Crowell. I think she's been outstanding. Everything that she's done, whether it be ball in hand or defensively, she's been great.
So Chantal Crowell gets our league player of the match this afternoon. If you are watching on Twitch, let us know. Last tackle, Tara Jones just drills it over sideline. Still a little bit more time left yet. And this is going to be Wigan's last throw of the dice.
Yeah, you see the rushing to pack the scrum. They've got it.
And they split again, so he should put time back on now.
Yeah, they split, but for me, interesting to see. Faye Gaskin just pointed it out what I was going to say. There's nobody at the back. Jodie Cunningham's making her way back now, but that leaves Saints backline short.
Ian Dillon on Twitch says Tara Jones is up there for player of the match with her line breaks as Walsh puts the kick through. As Leah Burke gets back there, I get the feeling this is it. No, Saints have got the ball back again.
Wigan. That's what the last hope, I think, here.
Tara Jones goes from dummy half. You can't underplay now, can you?
No, they've got to keep going forwards. They've got to run hard and keep, because if they come up with an error, the field position is going to be vital.
And that is it. Saints have beaten the champions here in the opening week of the WSL. A late penalty from Faye Gaskin has got them over the line. Leah Burke got the Saints try after Wigan had taken the lead through Alison Burrows. What a great afternoon's entertainment here though, Sean. And well, I think a draw would have been a fair result, but that moment of madness from Sarah Harrison has given the Saints the money.
It has, and ice cool from Faye Gaskin to slot that penalty and win the game for a team. I think we've been treated to a great game here. Obviously, two defences well on top in the aspects of it. Saints probably, you could say, had the better chances in the second half, but Wigan just refused to let them in. Kept working hard for each other, managed to keep them out. Wigan fans aren't too happy with the referee as he leaves, obviously on the basis of giving that penalty at the end there. But for me, yeah, a draw maybe would have been fair. Saints probably created more opportunities, and on the balance of things, yeah, probably had the chances to win it, as I said, and they probably edged it for me just a little bit.
So let's run through the 2 tries scored here this afternoon. It was Wigan first on the board, and a great kick from Gemma Walsh.
Yeah, as we said at half-time, the ball so accurately for the winger to score, for Burrows to score.
That right-hand side,
it was take subduing, nicely weighted, great
kick.
trajectory.
It's a great
on
kick,
the
it's been taken,
nice
and they're in. Wigan have scored.
Spins away from the Saints player and plants the ball down.
And this is great shape from Saints, isn't it?
Yeah, as you see there, as Kroll takes the ball line, it attracts 3 defenders to her. That's what makes the rest of the Wigan line come in. So Rudge, Gaskin out the back, nice skill execution, ball out in front, nice catch, nice pass, just at the right time. As you see, they're all going into the line, draw the defender, and a good finish from the winger in the corner.
And then finally, this huge kick from Faye Gaskin to win it. Such pressure so deep into the game.
Yeah, she kind of stabbed it a little bit with her technique, as though she weren't kicking through the ball. Maybe a little bit of nerves with that one, but managed to go where it needed to go, straight between the H's, and you saw from the celebrations what it meant. I was talking to Craig Richards prior to the game, and he spoke to me about the mental side of things for these Saints, trying to beat this Wigan team here, and he said that they've not managed to do it before.
But on this second half, though, Saints bombed twice, didn't they, with Leah Burke down that left-hand side. Saints probably did have the better of that second half, to be fair, and maybe just deserved to win this afternoon.
Yeah, they did, and like I said, they had the opportunities, but you've got to say they had the opportunities. But credit this Wigan team for the scramble. They never gave up. They could have let Saints walk in with them opportunities, but they didn't. They worked hard, and as I mentioned in commentary, Rebecca Greenfield out the back worked tirelessly all afternoon to try and cover across and stop them points being scored. But yeah, I think for me, Saints probably just deserved it, and after probably 2 points is the right scoreline.
So that's it. Saints get the win here in the WSL opener. There's also wins for Bradford and Leeds Rhinos. Castleford currently beating York City Knights in the 4th game this afternoon. Thanks to everybody who's joined us on Twitch this afternoon. We'll have more WSL on Twitch as the season goes, and thanks to everybody who's joined us through the Our League app. If you are a Twitch user and you want to watch the men's game that's coming up, you need to download the free Our League app. But that's it from me and Sean here at Robin Park. Stay with us on the Our League app. We're off very shortly to the Providence Stadium for Bradford against Dewsbury. But well done to Saints. They've started the 2019 WSL with victory by 6 points to 4 here at Robin Park against the Wigan Warriors.